Hey guys, Mark Rodriguez here. It's a quick video for Halloween Comic Fest. It's basically like a second free comic book day, but it's still kind of low-key because not many people know about it as much. I believe this is probably the second or maybe third year or so about this. Well, free comic book day's been around forever, but I'm trying to do the same thing. You just go to your local comic book shop. There's all these free promotional comic books, and I'm trying to pump it up more with things like, costume contests and things like that. It's pretty cool. And, well, of course, my comic book shop right now, it's Bent Wookie, and, check them out. They're pretty cool. If you see, like, most of my articles in the blog, they always kind of sort of reference that I got the book at, Bent Wookie and stuff like that. And they had cool things. And this particular store, because they all got different rules, but this particular store, it was 3 comics per person, and they also had special sales where all like the old school comic books, no matter how much they're actually worth, were $1 each. And if you spend $10 worth of like comics and stuff, you get a $5 gift card. If you buy like I think 25 or whatever so worth of comic books, you get like a $10 gift card or $15 gift card, something like that. But either way, it's pretty cool. I'm sure your particular comic shop had your own promotions and everything. And yeah, I was going to do this yesterday, but, the whole Finance and Praise Marathon, it takes time to play them, and, actually make the videos, editing, and actually put them online, and it's, the most I tried, but it was still, like, after midnight by the time I got to part 4 and stuff, but, whatever. They're all up there. I hope you guys enjoy them. And, as for the comic books, here's a quick video of the comic books here. I gotta say, I'm not too impressed by the selections they had. Like I said, it's kind of low-key. So it's kind of like half of the amount of comic books you get on regular free comic book day. They reprinted Harley Quinn #1, which I could have sworn they did that already last year, either with free comic book day or last year's Halloween thing. The only comic books that really stood out for me was the Sabrina one, which is, I guess, a more serious, more realistic take on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Of course, she's from the Archie comic book. She exists in the same universe as Archie and Jughead and even Josie and the Pussycats. So to see this in a more serious, like, horror style, that's kind of interesting. And I also see the reprinting of the first Batman issue that was based on Batman the Animated Series. So that's kind of interesting here. So anyways, here's my comic books real quick. Oh, last thing I do want to mention is that I guess the Bent Wookie has their own mascot here. We got Box Boy here. Here's a picture of Box Boy by himself. And we don't know who he is. Mysterious, I guess, defender of Bent Wookie. And here's another picture of me posing alongside Box Boy with the biggest riddle of them all. Who is Box Boy? So anyways, here's the comic books that I got. And first one I got was, of course, when I said Batman Animated Series. I was kind of curious about it. I actually owned it back then, but it's probably lost or probably super old and yellow by now. One thing that's interesting about the comic book here is taking into consideration that back then everything was drawn in printed on those like newspaper type, paper that turns yellow, a lot of little holes in the bottom. You remember that in old comic books back then. So it's interesting seeing it now all redrawn on like this modern day glossier paper, whatever you guys want to call it. I know it's not like newspapers, like whatever they use for comic books nowadays. So it looks cool seeing these colors and everything's so bright and everything like redrawn in this modern thing. And it would be cool to reprint this series because I've lost track between moving here and moving there. The comic book really did last a long time between the animated series, later when it became The Adventures of Batman and Robin, later it became, I think it just became The Dark Knight or something like that, whatever it was called, when the art style changed to that weird, more angular version. The comic book really did last a long time, so it would be cool to reprint that. And then we have Vamp Blade. I do notice that it cameos Zombie Tramp, and I think that last year there was a free comic book of Zombie Tramp, so I guess this is like the same person who made both characters or something, and yeah, so if you like Zombie Tramp, I guess you can check Vamp Blade, and it looks like an indie type thing, so if this is your thing, go for it. It's pretty cool. I mean, give support to the independent artists out there. That's pretty cool series there. And then we have Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's the chilling adventures of Sabrina. And again, like I said, based on Archie, but more serious looking. And oh, it's actually black and white. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't open this till now. But yeah, it's black and white. I guess add to a more like old school horror feel and all that. And I'm not sure how well the camera can pick it up from here, but yeah, very interesting. So anyways, the comic books that I got like for $1 each, I didn't notice that there was a Bill and Ted comic book now. And yeah, I know there was one back in the 90s. It was drawn kind of weird and stuff. But now we got a newer one made by Boom Studios called Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return. And I think it's like a 6-part thing. It says part 1 of 6, you know. So I was able to pick up number 1. I was able to pick up number 2. And of course we got number 3. And then finally we got number 4. I'll try to pick up number 5 and 6 later, you know. And, you know, I'm kind of pumped up. It's a cool series, movies. This is where Keanu Reeves got started. I think it was one of his first big roles. And also, I mean, I got the Bill and Ted shirt with Loot Crate recently, so that's pretty cool. And then from other comic books, we got just, you know, retro stuff I want to pick up. I got Iron Man when he fought against Captain America or the Captain, or I don't know, but he's dressed up like U.S. agent. So, don't know what's happening there. I guess we'll find out. Then we got Acts of Vengeance, Iron Man fighting against this other guy. And Acts of Vengeance is like this storyline where all the bad guys get together and decide to attack each other's people. So, you know, you got like Spider-Man's bad guys fighting against, like, let's say Captain America. Or like in this issue here, we got like the Brotherhood from the X-Men is fighting against the Avengers. You got the Blob and Pyro and Avalanche fighting against the Avengers. It's like, how's that gonna go, you know? And then here we got the Mandarin and the Wizard also fighting against the Avengers there, so that's kind of cool. And then here's another good example. We got Iron Man fighting against the Wrecker. The Wrecker is one of Thor's enemies, so how can Iron Man handle someone that's, you know, intended to fight against Thor? You know, how powerful he is. And then we got this other one. It's not part of the Acts of Vengeance, just regular whatever, but it's like, Iron Man versus Doctor Doom. I'm just curious how that's going to play out. That's pretty cool. So anyways, yeah, it's a pretty cool haul, pretty cool thing. Like I said, it's kind of new, and I wouldn't be so surprised if by chance you guys never heard of this, but if you do, now you know. So next Halloween, you know, aside from trick-or-treating and watching horror movies and playing whatever horror game will be big next year, because I guess FNAF will be basically done by then. But, you know, back then it was like Slender. Now it's Five Nights at Freddy's next year. Who knows? But the thing is that don't forget to go to your comic book store, because it's basically like your second free comic book day. So go there, check it out, grab some free comics, maybe get some candy, maybe enter a costume contest, see what happens. But yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool. So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here, and I'll see you all next time for more videos about whatever. See ya.